Hi there. It's June 29th and time for Proverbs 29. So, this is the last of Solomon's Proverbs that King Hezekiah's men transcribed and copied down. All right? And like I say, some of these we've heard and some maybe not. So, here we go. Man who hardens his neck after much reproof will suddenly be broken beyond remedy. There is no remedy. All right. Suddenly be destroyed and cannot be cured, it says over in the 1599 Geneva Bible. Try and tell somebody and try and tell them, and they will not change. 2, when the righteous increase, people rejoice. But when a wicked man rules, people groan. Now, we've seen that firsthand, right? All over the world. All over the world. 3, a man who loves wisdom makes his father glad. But he who keeps company with harlots wastes his wealth. If somebody's popped into your head, that's not my problem. Not my fault, right? But it goes on, and we can see it in real life. Right? 4, the king gives stability to the land by justice, but a man who takes bribes overthrows it. Okay? Now, most of Congress is taking bribes, okay? It's not a secret. There are lobbyists and corporations and big pharma and people that, even other countries that literally buy these politicians so they can do stuff. Should it be illegal? Absolutely should. It's corruption. Right? And it should be illegal, but it's not. People take bribes. They overthrow the government. It's happening. We can see it. Right? There's another one about bribes here, too. And we'll put them both together. 5, a man who flatters his neighbor is spreading a net for his steps. That means setting a trap for himself, okay? I used to think it was a good thing. Safety net. No, it's not a safety net. Flattery is basically telling somebody falsehoods to make them feel better, okay? 6, by transgression an evil man is ensnared, but the righteous sings and rejoices. And we make all the righteous ones green and put all the righteous ones together, because in one of these days I'm going to go through all of Proverbs, but all these righteous sayings together into one chapter. Right? Righteous sings and rejoices. And another one, the righteous is concerned for the rights of the poor. The wicked does not understand such concern. Right? You concerned for the rights of the poor? Are you righteous? You want to trying to be? Nobody can be completely righteous, but we can try all the time to achieve that, to be righteous. Right? 8, scorners set a city aflame, but wise men turn away anger. Yeah, just look at the news anywhere, right? Scorners. Happening. 9, when a wise man has a controversy with a foolish man, the foolish man either rages or laughs, and there is no rest. Right? You argue with a fool, right? Some of these protests, you can't argue with them, okay? They're just going to call you names, laugh, scream, okay? Because they can't handle the truth, right? Remember that from a movie? You can't handle the truth. 10, men of bloodshed hate the blameless, but the upright are concerned for his life. His soul. The just have care of his soul, right? Men of bloodshed hate the blameless. 11, a fool always loses his temper, but a wise man holds it back. Always, right? No, we all get mad sometimes, right? But always sends forth all of his spirit. Hold it back. Can you hold it back? Keep it inside. Keep your mouth shut. 12, if a ruler pays attention to falsehood, all his ministers become wicked. Right? Lies, falsehoods. Happening, isn't it? 13, a poor man and the oppressor have this in common. The Lord gives light to the eyes of both. Reigns on the good and the evil. Right? 14, if a king judges the poor with truth, his throne will be established forever. 15, the rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child who gets his own way brings shame to his mother. Right? Spanking a kid brings wisdom. Okay? Children are born with a sin nature. It is part of what's happened to the world since Adam. They're born with that sin nature. Okay? You have to remove that. You have to teach them wisdom. Okay? They get away with it. A child who is disciplined when they are young, carry that on into adulthood, right? Some of these teenagers, you can very easily tell that they were not disciplined when they were young, and now you cannot change them. Okay? Okay, 16, when the wicked increase, transgression increases, but the righteous will see their fall. I gotta make that green. Right? The righteous will see their fall. Okay. 17, correct your son and he will give you comfort. He will also delight your soul. Right? Right? Correct your son. 18, where there is no vision, the people are unrestrained. But happy is he who keeps the law, the word of God. Okay, the word of God. You can see people unrestrained now, right? There is no vision or revelation. Note over here. Where there are not faithful ministers of the word of God. And although there's thousands of churches now, there are very few faithful ministers of the word of God. Okay? 15, okay, 19. A slave will not be instructed by words alone, for though he understands, there will be no response. Okay, we don't have slaves anymore, but those guys, you had to show them, right? 20, do you see a man hasty in his words? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Okay? Well, we covered that before, too. Okay, they said this same thing before. Okay, it says wise in his own eyes. Okay, the other one was, do you see a man wise in his own eyes? Prideful, arrogant. More hope for a fool than for him. And they've already established that fools, there is absolutely no hope for fools. You cannot take the foolishness out of the fool. All right. You see a guy who speaks too soon, right? Doesn't keep his mouth shut, doesn't think before he talks. More hope for a fool than for him. 21, he who pampers his slave from childhood will in the end find him to be a son. Right. We don't have slaves. 22, an angry man stirs up strife, and a hot-tempered man abounds in transgressions. That's true. Lots of that going on, huh? 23, man's pride will bring him low, but a humble spirit will obtain honor. Well, that's important. Okay. One of the main themes of all of Proverbs is to be humble, right? Don't brag. Don't be prideful, arrogant, haughty, conceited. Okay? The Lord detests those things. Right? Those humble in spirit will obtain honor. You get honor when somebody else builds you up. Okay? That's honor. 24, he who is a partner with a thief hates his own life. He hears the oath, but tells nothing. Honor among thieves, right? 25, the fear of man brings a snare, but he who trusts in the Lord will be exalted. Right. Well, that's an important one. Okay, we will highlight that too. Fear of man is a trap. Okay, you should fear the Lord, not man. Okay, there's a note over here. He that feareth man more than God falleth into a snare and is destroyed. Right? You should never fear man more than God. 26, many seek a ruler's favor, but justice comes from the Lord. Right? And 27, an unjust man is abominable to the righteous, and he who is upright in the way is abominable to the wicked. Right? Good guys don't like the bad guys, and bad guys don't like the good guys. Right? It's just that simple. Oh. Right. There you go. This is 29, and the last of Hezekiah's men's copied Proverbs. Right? Okay, let's go over the highlights. Let's put all these righteous ones together first. There's not too many in here, but all right. By transgression, an evil man is ensnared, but the righteous sings and rejoices. Okay? You know what transgression is, right? The righteous is concerned for the rights of the poor. The wicked does not understand such concern. Okay? Selfish, conceited, haughty, arrogant, prideful, right? They don't understand concern for the rights of the poor, right? The Lord made everybody, right? And if you look down on the poor, you are looking down on God who made them. It says that all over Proverbs too. When the wicked increase, transgression increases, but the righteous will see their fall. Right? We will see their fall. Oh, there's the righteous ones. Like I said, I'm going to put all those together. The king gives stability to the land by justice, but a man who takes bribes overthrows it. We talked about that. You know, the largest percentage, probably more than 90% of all of Congress and the government is bought and owned by a corporation, a lobbyist, another country, right? That are seeking to destroy America, right? How do you deal with these people? I don't know. I mean, they're finding them slowly, but seems to be a very slow process. But it says the righteous will see their downfall. We saw that, right? Overthrows it, right? When the wicked increase, transgression increases, but the righteous will see their fall, right? These bribers. Pretty soon they won't get away with it. Okay, 8. Scorners set a city aflame, but wise men turn away anger. Right? You notice all these riots and all these people burning cars and basically wanting to break the law so the law cannot be enforced are happening in cities that are run by corrupt people. Right? A good city, right, run by good, wise people, you don't see. Right? You don't see the riots in those cities. Yeah? Wise men turn away anger. Okay? 9 is highlighted when a wise man has a controversy with a foolish man. The foolish man either rages or laughs, and there is no rest. Right? You can't argue with foolish people. Okay? You can't. Just walk away. Okay? They're going to scream at you. They're going to call you names. They're going to laugh hysterically. Right? And you just wonder, why did I even bother? Just don't even bother. Okay? 13, the poor man and the oppressor have this in common. The Lord gives light to the eyes of both. Right? Think about that. We did that one. 20, do you see a man hasty in his words? There is more hope for a fool than for him. You speak too soon if you speak without thinking, right? If you are not quick to listen and slow to speak, as it says in James, there is more hope for a fool. Okay? especially nowadays, and people say stupid stuff, okay, hasting their words, and there's a camera around to get them, right? And now it's on the internet forever. If somebody said something really stupid, right? More hope for a fool than for them. Yeah. 23, it's important. A man's pride will bring him low, but a humble spirit will obtain honor. Right? Enjoy glory, it says over here. Honor is glory, right? Pride, arrogance, conceit, haughtiness, scorners. They'll bring you low, okay? Nobody likes somebody who brags, okay? But a humble person, a humble hero, there's a lifted up. And he says, I just did what I had to do. Okay? It's the kind of people that obtain honor. Okay? This is important. Fear of man brings a snare, but he who trusts in the Lord will be exalted. Okay? And there's a great note for that over here. Okay. He that feareth man more than God falleth into a snare and is destroyed. Never fear man more than God. Okay? Even if it means your life. 27. An unjust man is abominable to the righteous, and he who is upright in the way, word of God, is abominable to the wicked. Right? Wicked people don't like good, God-fearing Christians, right? They don't like those. Why? Because they can't argue with them, okay? We speak truth. They don't like truth. Okay? There you go. That's 29 and the last of Hezekiah's. Tomorrow we will do my favorite chapter, which is Aggar's chapter 30. It does a wonderful job of wrapping all of Proverbs up and wisdom itself, okay? It teaches you wisdom itself, and it's just my favorite chapter. And Aggar's prayer is one that everybody should pray every day, right? And very similar to the prayer Jesus said, okay? Reworded a little bit. And we'll do that tomorrow, okay? Stay tuned later today. We are in Acts. We are beginning Saul's journey, okay? Soon he'll become Paul, the hero of the Gentiles, right? He brought Jesus to everybody in the world. So, there you go. Give us a like if you think about it. And tomorrow we'll continue. See you then.